Maniac Mansion. This is the Mysterious JG here. I did just a little bit of off-screen play to make sure that I had at least one thing I figured out how to do before I started recording this video. Bobo the Vulture, I believe, mentioned the radio in one of his comments. He didn't tell me exactly what to do with the radio. I don't even know if he meant it as a hint or if he was just thinking about a puzzle I haven't played with yet. But either way, I remembered something about the radio, which is going to be video. And that is the radio, as you will recall, that there's two radios. There's a radio in Dr. Fred's room, which can be used to call somebody. You better call somebody. So you can call out somebody on the radio. I don't believe we actually. Maybe we do. Yeah, the wanted poster's right there on the wall. So you can call the Meteor Police. But what we've actually got here, there's also a radio that was floating on a pool chair out in the pool, which seems dangerous. I think that was a bit of a joke that I never got when I was a kid. There's that old story about the radio falling into the bathtub and electrocuting you, and if they've got a radio floating around in the swimming pool. Now, of course, I don't think a radio would produce enough power to kill you, especially not in a pool. I don't think there'd be enough electricity. I don't really know exactly how the physics work on that, but I do kind of feel like a radio falling into the swimming pool with you probably wouldn't kill you. That said, it's not something I would mess with. But I think as a joke, they've got a radio floating around right next to the pool. I don't know how radios work here in the modern times. You got these LCD batteries that last for a million years or whatever. But back in the day, we used to have either double, triple A's, possibly D-cell batteries in a radio. Boom! Batteries in the radio, folks. Now, maybe I should have actually, before doing that, have tried to turn on the radio and see what kind of music it played. Oh, and you'll notice that the sound is kind of muted in this one. I don't have my external speakers plugged into my laptop because frankly, the sound of stuff like making a phone call, when jacked up loud enough that it picks up on my microphone and you can hear it when I record off my laptop, it's pretty excruciating for me. So let's turn on the radio. Turn your radio on, just turn the radio. And okay, so that was a waste of time to actually load state there, or load the game just to listen to that radio sound. But anyway, we got to get Wendy out of the Nurse Edna's room. So let's get Bernard to call 2275 again. You can barely hear that, and it's still pretty loud to me. 2275. Get Wendy downstairs. Hope I didn't go too fast. Just in time to watch her get the phone. Excellent. Hello, is this you again? I'm curious what this thing over the bed is. It's a mirror. Oh, okay. As the joke is, she's got a mirror in her roof like any sexual dynamo would. I've tried opening the nightstand. I've tried getting that heart-shaped pillow. None of that seems to do anything. I will try to pick up. No, Wendy. Wendy. Get out of there, Wendy. You're in danger. I've hit the wrong button, and I've threatened your life. Pick up the perfume. Yep. Open the door. She can't pick up the perfume. Now I'm an unwelcome visitor. Get out of here. She will follow us at least one room away. Dr. Fred's room should be safe, for whatever reason. I don't think she will follow us in here. I might find out something to the contrary, though. But now we've got Dave. He has, I believe, the flashlight in his possession and the tools. I hope so. I hope I didn't give any of that stuff to Bernard, which would mean a lot of extra trips around. No, he didn't have any of that stuff with him. God damn it. Turns out you don't need Bernard to actually, at least Grimmeth doesn't think you need Bernard to repair that stuff, and I don't think you do. I think Bernard is needed to fix the telephone because it's, complicated. I don't know why fixing wiring would be considered simple when fixing the telephone is considered easy, but that would appear to be the case. He's got the flashlight, the tools, and the card key. Clearly he has pretty much everything we need to get up there. Or need to have up there, I should say. And you're not going to be able to barely hear that grandfather clock. I do apologize. My most hearty apologies, folks. My hearty's apologies. Please don't be locked again, door. God. Alright, folks. Pausing the recording. Sorry, folks. Unexpected cinema scene. Fred said, Edna, I'm having trouble with zombie Maniac. I'll need to shut the power. It'll be off for 5 or 6 minutes. Is that all you have to say to me? You've been in the basement for the past 5 years. Sometimes I think you like that meteor more than me. Well, yeah. Don't worry, my little beauty queen. Soon everything will be different. Aren't they brother and sister? Sure. Okay, well, sorry, folks. I paused and then decided that I was going to off-screen until I had my characters in position to save you some of the walking around. And then, sure enough, a cinema popped up that I wasn't expecting. So, yeah. I had Dave move up here with the stuff Bernard needs, or Bernard move up here because he already had most of the stuff. And I was going to bring Wendy downstairs to shut off the power, but it looks like Dr. Fred's going to take care of that for us. So maybe I should send her downstairs in case that whole cinema scene was just a big fat lie. But apparently Dr. Fred is going to shut off the power. He said he was going to shut off the zombie Maniac machine. That was pretty much all the dialogue you missed there. This game's constantly throwing hot new storyline developments at you. It's very hard to keep up. Shouldn't say that like I'm mocking the game. I like this game. I like this game a lot. It's one of my favorite games. Nostalgia factor obviously tints heavily in its favor, but this is easily one of the coolest games that I had when I was a little kid. She's not going to be able to get to that power switch without help from Dave. I forgot about that. Unless I just get her captured, but that's more trouble than it's worth at this point, too. Burp. Alright, well, watch me move rapidly to get my characters in position and then have the power go out on its own. Very silly. Yeah, I would have just had Wendy get captured by Nurse Edna while she was up here if I'd thought about it, but now I've just got a bunch of characters got to move around in the house. That's a point of pride. I don't like my characters getting captured more often than is necessary. It seems like you're not winning the game the way you're supposed to if you're constantly being thrown in that dungeon against your will. Now, if you're being thrown in the dungeon and it is your will, then you're just a kinky kind of Let's Player who's accepted your rather unusual needs. Again, I will be annoyed if the power gets switched off right as I'm in position to actually make all this work. You go to the gargoyle. Wendy, you get out of the way so that this doesn't seem like some kind of grope fest. Push that gargoyle. Look that one. Get that girl. And switch off power to the zombie Maniac machine, whether Dr. Fred likes it or not. We will, of course, be triggering a cinema with Dr. Fred as soon as we shut off the power, probably. A cinema I don't know how to skip, but we've accepted that at this point. Just for the hell of it, let's use the rusty key in the door before Purple Tentacle can even get here. And then turn off the power. Then we switch to Bernard, who will use batteries and the flashlight. No, not again. The power shutdown that I was going to initiate myself has been initiated. Although it probably would weird him out that that happened and he didn't do it. It would be really nice to skip this. Tentacle front and center. Here I am. We've got problems again. I know it. Yes, yes, sir. Yeah, I've started referencing that a lot recently. I need to hurry up and do Zing size Muso mode so that it will make sense that I keep saying, yes, sir. Turn on the flashlight. Turn on your flashlight. Let it shine. Now fix wires with tools. There, that should do it. Excellent. Turn on your heart light. I mean the circuit breakers. I'll get you. Oh no, purple tentacle. Don't worry, I'm going to the dungeon on my own. You don't have to send me in here. La-di-da. Yes, that's the goofiness of this game, folks. She escaped into the dungeon that he was going to throw her into. Now I can switch to Bernard. I can turn off the flashlight because I can't help but feel like I'm going to waste batteries, even though at this point I believe the batteries are now infinitely, saved up and useful for us forever. Wendy is hanging out in here with a bunch of food stuffs we don't need and a couple of keys. Oh, but she's got the sealed envelope. I do need to get her out of here. Maybe just going in here will confuse the purple tentacle, blow his mind, so it'll leave us alone. I believe it did. I believe the purple tentacle is now just completely thrown off in this game and has probably returned to whatever vacuum space he exists in when Dr. Fred has not sent him to get us. So we'll head back up here. And everything's fine. In heaven, everything is fine. Sorry. This game does make me think a little bit about Eraserhead, though. Okay, so, well, I couldn't microwave that hamster. I just didn't have the guts to do it. But damn it, I gotta microwave something. So let's use the sealed envelope in the microwave. And you're thinking to yourself, what the hell are you doing, JG? Putting the sealed envelope in the microwave? What is that going to help? I will show you. I will show you in just one moment. Dave, you have a glass jar, don't you, my friend, my friend? Well, bring that glass jar on in here, buddy. Yes, sir. So, you've got a glass jar. I've got a tarantula on my head. No, sorry. Got the knives glued to the wall, but we're not going to do anything with that. We are going to... We have a sink. Let's turn on the very dull knives. Yeah, do a striptease for them, Dave. Turn on the faucet. Now use the glass jar with the faucet. Now turn off the faucet because we have a jar full of water. This jar full of water is not irradiated like the pool water, meaning that it would not have made that plant grow that we needed to have grow to get into that one room. But that doesn't matter right now because we want to use the jar of water with the microwave. Now we've got a jar of water and a letter in the microwave. Can you see where this is going, children? Let's close the microwave and turn it on. There's a little humming noise if you can't hear it. And a ding! Because it is now ready to open up. Let's open the microwave. I believe we're done with it, but we can pick up the jar of water anyway. Ouch! It's still too hot. Alright, let's pick up the envelope. The envelope is not too hot. The envelope is now an envelope. Wait a minute. Did I do this right? Isn't the envelope supposed to be open? I thought we were supposed to steam open the envelope. Open envelope. Don't tear it. There's a quarter inside the envelope, but the envelope is not a torn envelope. It is now still a perfectly good envelope. Can we pick up the water yet? I just want to be sure. Ouch, it's still too hot. Fine. We can use the stamp on the envelope. That is assuming he has the stamps. They stick! It's now a stamped envelope. And we can now, there's a variety of different things that we can try and do. Because we have an envelope, we can mail things off to the 5 guys who will publish anything. We saw the commercial for them many videos ago. Let's start off. Now, we know, don't we, Wendy is an aspiring budding writer. So we know that she will be able to... Yes! Oh, I was hoping for this. Dr. Fred is going to set a new Meteor Mess high score. That's important, folks. That means that we did not blow the game by not fixing the power sooner. Even as he's trying to take over the world, he takes little breaks to talk to Nurse Edna and destroy the Meteor Mess high score. So let's save the game, because I'm about to do something stupid just to see what happens. It won't get us killed or anything, but let's open the mailbox. Let's use the manuscript in the stuffed stamped envelope. Now it's memoir in stamped. Let's use memoir in stamped envelope on mailbox. There's no address on it. Oh, crud. It's going to be more trouble than I realized it was going to be to show you the different stupid things that can happen when you mail off the manuscript without improving it first. I'm just curious what the dialogue says if you send it off without fixing it up proper. It's probably not even worth the trouble. So let me pause the emulator, or the recording, and I'll be right back. Alright, folks, I got Dave up into this room now. So let's see what happens. I'm over 15 minutes anyway, so I need to wrap this thing up. But let's see what happens if you send off the manuscript after... I'm going to assume that you get the same thing if you send it off, or if you send it off after Dave... Well, let's send it off with Dave not doing anything with it. Use stamped envelope in typewriter. That should allow us to type on an address. Okay, I'll type the publisher's address. It'll take me 20 minutes. It probably would in a real typewriter. Yeah, I used to work at a copy store, and people would still come in and ask us if we had, like, typewriters available that they could use. Like, typewriters. They didn't want to use computers. And, you know, I'm not that old, folks. So we've got a stamped envelope. Let's use the manuscript. Oh, you know what? Actually, I need to just get out of this room. So at this point, I haven't filed up the manuscript, so I'm still going to need to type the address on the envelope, whether I do this correctly or not. So let me pause the recording and get back downstairs. Hold on. Okay, folks, now we're back. Let's send off this totally unfixed manuscript and see what happens. Use manuscript, which nobody has punched up or improved at all, in the stamped envelope. Memoir and stamped. Use memoir and stamped envelope. I'm glad he pointed out it didn't have an address, because I would have just sat there wondering why it hadn't magically appeared at the publisher's place. Close the mailbox. And, of course, you've got to pull the flag, or the overnight mail pickup and delivery will not happen. Because this game does feature overnight mail pickup and delivery. It's like, within the night, it will be... No, don't go in there. Darn it. I guess technically this is a place where you don't want to be on the screen with a mailman, where they don't have a mailman who will come pick it up. You just need to be away and away from it, and then you go out and check it later, and a mailman will pick it up. So maybe I'll save you the waiting, and I'll just one more time pause this recording. Alright, folks, progress is being made. I came out here, and this mail has been picked up. I will try to unpause when I notice that there's a cutscene coming about the delivery, so I'm pausing again. Ah, manuscript, let's see. Look at that swank. What is this garbage? I wouldn't even use it to start a fire. And that's all we're gonna get, I think. Okay, well. Huh. I don't know that we're gonna get any kind of response from him. That's sad. Alright, folks, I guess that's going to do it for this video. When we come back, I might off-screen see if anything different happens if Dave or Bernard punches this thing up and makes it even worse. But I don't think anything will happen, so I think when we come back, we'll have Wendy punch it up so we actually get what we want out of that guy, which is, I believe, a publishing contract. And that'll be an important plot item in the game. And then, yeah, we'll continue wandering around trying to figure out what we need to do. We've got a bunch of keys. So at some point, we're going to be able to actually get into the... if you remember in that dungeon set with the skeleton, there's like a double padlocked door. Well, yeah, we've got to get past that eventually because Sandy's on the other side of that. We've been kind of ignoring it as we dance around the game, but it's going to become important eventually. We'll deal with that and other things in the future videos. Thank you for watching, folks. Remember to write in if you've got brilliant ideas that I haven't tried, and we'll see you next time on Let's Play Maniac Mansion.